This is what the class syntax, if you want to create a class, if you want to create. This is a syntax of creating a class. Access specifier. Next we have to specify the access modifier. What is a class keyword? Class name, generics, extends or implements, class name or interface name. Originally, this is the syntax of creating a class. This is what? The syntax of creating a class. Let's say first initially we'll talk about these access modifiers. These are the 4 access modifiers are available: public, private, protected, and default. Public, private, protected, and default. Let's see here. What is the first access modifier? Public. What is the first access modifier? Public is the first access specifier. Sorry. Public is the first access specifier. This public is applicable for main class, comma inner class. Inner class in the sense nothing but if you create a class, if you create inside another class. If you create a class, if you create inside another class, then it is called as what? It's a inner class. We call as inner class, we call. This public is applicable for main class, inner class, methods, and data. It is applicable for main class, inner class, methods, and data. Okay, let's see here first. If methods or data is applied with public, if any method or if any variable data, if any methods or data is applied with public, we can access in other classes. We can access in other classes. In any class, you can access this public data, and if any method or data is declared with public can be accessed in any other classes we can access. Any other classes we can access. Let's see the next one. If the class is declared with public, the class can be accessed. The class can be accessed within the package. The class can be accessed within the package and in other packages also. So it's applicable for data and variables. If the data is variable applied with public, you can access anywhere. Within the class, in other classes, anywhere you can access. This public methods and data can be accessed anywhere. But if any class is declared with public, then the class can be accessed within the package and in other packages also. You understand here? So one thing required a clarity here. Okay, if you create a class, if you create as a public, we can access within the package, you can access, and in other packages also we can access. So now here we got a requirement of understanding. One term called package. So what exactly this package in Java? So now we'll understand what exactly the package concept in Java. So basically, what is the need of this packages concept is? Let's see here what exactly the package. First of all, I'll tell you what is the need of going for this packages concept. What is the main advantage of this package concept? The purpose of the package concept is nothing but packages, package in Java, package in Java is used to avoid, package in Java is used to avoid the naming conflicts, is used to avoid the naming conflicts. Package in Java, which is package in Java is used to avoid what? The naming conflicts. This is the main purpose of packages concept. Let's take assume that in a classroom, in one class, just example I'm telling here, there is a classroom in a school or a college. Assume that there is a classroom, okay, and faculty is teaching the class. Let's take, for example, in a classroom, let's say he is a faculty, okay, he's taking some classes. There are some students are there. There are some thousands of students are there. Out of these thousands of students, let's say, for example, there are more than 100 plus people with the name called Mahesh. Just assume that there are more than 100 plus people are there with the name called Mahesh. There are some thousands of people in the classroom. And assume that there are more than 100 people with the name called Mahesh. Like this, there are some thousands of students are there. You know what faculty is called? Faculty, hey Mahesh, stand up, like that. Just faculty used a term called hey Mahesh, stand up. That's it. Then what will happen? In these many students, there are more than 100 people with the name called Mahesh. Let's take the particular teacher or the speaker who is talking. He's not specified anything. Hey Mahesh, stand up, like that he said. Then what will happen? How many people are there with the name called Mahesh? All the people will stand up or will stand or not? Yes, all the people will stand. I mean, all the people, whoever with the name called Mahesh, all the people will stand. Like this here also, in Java, there are more than 7,000 plus built-in classes are there. There are more than 7,000 plus built-in classes are there in Java. Okay, if you give any class, definitely the class maybe already it's available in Java, or maybe sometimes also maybe you'll give the same name you'll give, correct or not? So here you're going to get some conflicts. You're going to get what? Some conflicts you're going to get. Even best example was, let's take your computer. When you buy your computer, what is the first thing you will do? We'll partition our hard disk. C drive, okay, softwares. D drive, entertainment. E drive, songs. F drive, videos. Like that, we'll modularize. I mean, why you are creating a separate drives you are creating? Why can't you place everything into a single folder? Audio files on separate drive. Video files on separate drive. E drive, F drive, D drive. Why are doing the partitions here? Which is used to avoid the conflicts. The package concept in Java, which is used to avoid the naming conflicts. This is the original purpose. Or this is the main purpose of this package concept. Or next, this is another definition. Placing the classes and interfaces. Place the classes and interfaces into a separate folder. Place the classes and interfaces. Place the classes and interfaces into a separate folder. Is called as package. Even if you place some set of classes and some set of interfaces into one separate folder, that is also called as what? As a package. Place the classes and interfaces into a separate folder is called as what? A package will call. Okay. Let's see how to create a package. how to create a package. If you want to create the package, if you want to create the package, if you want to create in your Java program, how to create a package, the initial statement in Java class, the initial statement in Java file should be, the package. Okay, we have to specify the package name. We have to specify what? Package name will specify. Usually this is the first statement. If you want to create a package, if you want to create in your Java file, this should be the initial statement in the Java file, package, and we have to specify the package name. We have to specify. Okay, what we'll do is we'll create a Java file. For demonstrating this package concept. We'll see how to compile the program if it is declared with the packages, and what is the need of using that import statement. Those concepts we'll discuss. I'm creating a Java program. I'm creating for demonstrating this, what exactly the need of package concept. So 1 second, it's loading. Later 2 minutes. Creating a Java class I'm creating. I'm creating a Java class I'm creating here. Creating a Java class. And in this Java class, I want to use what? I want to use package concept. I want to use what? The package concept I want to use. If you want to use a package, the initial statement in Java file should be what? The package declaration you have to specify. You know, the package name, there is no any specific rules to define the package name. There is no any specific rules to define the package name, but it should be, it should follow some naming convention, basically. I'm telling you again, there is no any rules to specify the package name, but we have to follow some naming convention. You have to follow. Just assume that how I'll define the package name, I'll tell you. Right now, I'm working for a project called Health Costs. I'm working for a healthcare client from the last 3 years. Let's check how we define the package name in my project. I'm telling you. If I want to create any class, if I want to create under my project, first I'll configure as com dot. I'll configure the package name as health costs because I'm working for health cost part. I'm working here. Com dot health cost dot. In health costs, again, there are mainly 5 actors are there: patients, doctor, hospital, pharmacy, lab. Like that, there are 5 actors are there. You are creating this class for which particular user, either for patient or doctor or hospital or lab. Let's take, I'm developing this class for patient purpose. I specified patient. Package com.healthcost.patient dot. Like this, I'll specify the package. Understand here, right? There should not be a specific rules for creating the package name, but it should be in a naming convention. It should be in a readable format. Okay, this person is creating a this person is creating a class for health cost project. In health cost, in which module? Patient module. He is creating a project. Like that, we had to specify. It should be a naming convention. Let's take, for example, how I'm specifying the package name. Initial statement in the Java class should be what? The package declaration, package. Meaning if you want to create the packages, The initial statement in the Java class should be what? Package declaration. Specify the package name. I specified com dot. I'm working for a Naresh IT. I specified com dot Naresh IT dot com dot Naresh IT dot. In Naresh IT, there are n number of Java batches are going on. Regular batches, fast track batches, weekend batches. It's what? It's an online batch. I'm specifying the package name as online 9:30 p.m. is a package name I configured. So it's a naming it's there is not any specific rules. There is no any specific rules, but I followed some naming convention I followed. I'm creating a class for Naresh IT. In Naresh IT, for which class, for which purpose I'm creating a class? Online 9:30 p.m. I'm creating a class and create. So the initial statement in a Java file should be the package declaration should be the initial statement. Just for demonstration, I created a class called X is a class I created. I specified the class name as what? X is a class name. X is a class name. We know, right? From the day one onwards, we are discussing. If you create any Java class, if you create, while you're saving the file, while you're saving the Java file, we had to specify the class name we had to specify. Whatever the name you configure for the class, we had to save the program with the same name we had to configure, right? Let's save this program. Class X. Let's save the program. File save as or save. So where do you want to save the program? Let's see here in C drive. In C drive, Java 9:30 p.m. This is what the folder we created. In this folder, I'm creating a Java class. I'm creating what is the class name we configured? X is a Java class name we configured. X.java. X.java. Okay, we saved the program. We saved. The initial statement should be what? The package declaration. How to run the program if the program is declared with package? We'll see the next one. What is the next one? How to run a program if the program is declared with the package? We create a class we created called X and we declared this class under a package. This is the package name. Meaning this particular class is using a concept called what? Package. Let's see here. If the class is using a package, the class is using a package use the following command if the class is using a package, use the following command to compile the Java program. See here, be careful. If any class is using a concept called package, then how you compile that particular program? How we'll compile that particular program is, we use this command Java C, regular statement what we use, -d, meaning nothing but generate a directory, -d, meaning we specified here, generate a directory, create a folder. Where you had to create this folder? Dot. I specified dot. Dot represents about the current folder. No, I don't want to create in the same folder. I want to create in its previous folder I want to create. At that time we have to configure double dot we have to configure. So it's going to create the directory, the folder in its previous folder. Should not specify like that, specify dot. -d in the sense nothing but represents about create a directory, create a folder. Where will you create a folder? In the same folder where you are saving the file. -d dot specify the class name dot Java. This is the syntax. Java C -d dot represent a folder, create a folder in the same folder. What is the class name? Class name dot Java. We'll see how to. We'll see to compile this one. And observe here. We save the program is, let's save the program. X. Observe here in C drive. In C drive, Java 9:30 p.m. Java 9:30 p.m. There is no any folder in the Java 9:30 p.m. Correct or not? In C drive, there is no any folder in this Java 9:30 p.m. Right? Okay. Now let's compile this program. Go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt. Let's move to the location where you saved the Java program. cd double dot enter, cd Java 9:30 p.m. This is what the folder we created, right? In this folder only we saved the Java file, we saved Java 9:30. Now clearly observe here how to compile the program which is declared with packages. There is no any folder in the 9:30 p.m. folder. Now when you write this statement, Java C -d generate a directory in the same folder where we created this Java file, space, what is the Java file name? x.java. Java C -d dot space x.java. Click on enter. Click on enter. See here. Whenever you compile this package, immediately we got a folder we got here. We got a folder we got com. That's what the package name we configured. Initially com is the package name we configured. So it is created folder, it is created here, com folder. In this com folder, see the Naresh IT, it's created a folder called Naresh IT. In this Naresh IT folder, one more folder is created called online 9:30 p.m. is a folder. It's created online 9:30 p.m. folder. In this online 9:30 p.m. folder, we got this class file we got called x.class. We got a folder called what? x.class. Meaning here, for each and inside here in the package name, for each and every dot what you specified, it's going to create a package. It will create what? It will create a folder, it will create internally. Create what? A folder, it will create internally, it will create a folder, it will create. You got it right? The package concept in Java, which is used to avoid the conflicts. Okay. If you want to create a package, if you want to create the initial statement in the Java class should be the package declaration. Should be what? A package declaration. And if any Java class is declared with the package, then we have to use this command. We have to use for compiling the Java program. Java C -d dot class name dot Java. Next. What is the next statement? Let's see here. What is the next one? Okay, we seen how to create a package. We create a class under this package called X is a class name. Assume that I'm creating one more class called class Y. Assume that I create one more class I created called what? Class Y is a class. Class Y is a class. In this Y class, just what I'm doing is, I'm creating the object for this X class, I'm creating the object. X is equals to new X. It is another class. What is the class name? Y is a class. It's another class. What is the class name? Y class. In Y class, I'm trying to access this X class. I'm trying to access this X class in where? In Y class, I'm trying to access X class because it's another class. Y is another class. I'm trying to access this X class object. I'm trying to access in this class. But save this program, and if you compile the program, you're going to get an error. Let's see what is the error you're going to get. Java C x.java. Sorry. We create a class. What is the class name? Java C y.java. See here, we got an exception. We got cannot access X. File does not contain a class called what? X. Meaning it is telling boss where this X is available. I'm unable to find where this X is located. Yes, whenever you create an object for this particular class, it's going to search in the same folder. Wherever you saved this Java file, wherever you saved this Java file, y.java, it is going to search for the dot class file in the same folder. I'll repeat again. It is going to search for the file dot class file in the same folder. It will search the dot class file. Okay, but here we don't have any file with the name called x.class. We don't have any file with the name called what? X.class. That's why we got the exception. Where the dot class file is available, x.class in com package, Naresh IT, online 9:30 p.m. Here the dot class file is available. Meaning what I want to tell you is, if you are accessing a class, if you are accessing a class, if you are accessing a class which is located in a different package, which is located in a different package, which is located in a different package, meaning you're trying to access a class, but the class is located in a different folder. In other folder, that particular class is available. If you're accessing a class which is located in a different package, use import statement, use import statement, use import statement to specify the Java file location. If you are accessing a class which is located in a different package, not in the same folder, if you are using a class, if the class is located in a different folder, different package, what you have to specify? Use import statement to specify the .java file. Meaning you have to specify here, you're writing a program, right? For this program, you have to specify where the .java file is located. How will you specify that one? How will you specify that program or particular class? Boss, this particular Java file is located in so and so package, so and so folder it is located. How will you specify that one? By using a statement called what? Import statement will specify that one. If you are accessing a class which is located in a different package, use import statement to specify that particular Java file location. Let's see here. Now here in y.java, we are getting an error we are getting. It's telling we are unable to find where this x is available. So we had to specify clearly to this particular y class where it is available. So how will you specify that one? By using a statement called what? Import. What is the package name we configured? com dot naresh it dot com dot naresh it dot what do we configure? 9 line online 9:30 p.m. is a name we configure. Import com dot naresh it dot online 9:30. In this online 9:30, which particular class you are using, you have to specify the class name. You have to specify in this particular package, which particular class you are using. That class name you have to configure. We are using a class called what? X is a class we are using. Understand here? If you are using any class which is located in other folders, other packages, we had to use what? We had to use import statement to specify the Java file location. By using this import statement, I am specifying to my program, boss, this particular X is available in this so and so package, it is available. Now let's save the program. This is the initial error we got. It's showing a message as file does not contain a class called X. Make sure what is the error, because once if you compile the program, you are going to get a different error. What is the different error? We'll see now. What is the error we got? File does not contain a class called X, right? Okay, because at that time we are not specified where this X is available. That's why we got the exception. Now here what I'm doing is I'm configuring Java C y.java. Now you will get a different error you will get. It's not an earlier error. See, now this time we got a different error. Earlier, just only showing the message cannot access X. That's it. Earlier, it is showing the message as what? Cannot access X, only showing the message earlier. But now see here, additionally we got an error. See, what is this one? X is not public. X is not public in com.nareshit.online 9:30 p.m. Cannot be accessed. Clearly read the message. Cannot be accessed from outside the package. Was this particular X is not a public. It's not a public. You cannot access from other classes. You cannot access. Sorry, other packages you cannot access. Only within that particular package only can access. If it is not declared with anything, if it is not declared with any data type, by default it's going to consider as a default. By default it consider as what? As a default it will consider. We'll discuss about more about that one. If the class is declared with public, then only the class can be accessed within the same package, and even in other packages also we can access. Otherwise, we cannot access. If the class is not declared with public, it cannot be accessed from other packages. Okay. Now I'm declaring the class as public. I'm declaring the class. What is the class name? I declared the class as what? Public is a class is specified. Public. Okay, don't forget, if the class is declared with package, this statement is used to compile the program. What is it one? Java C -D, Java class name.java, check. After compilation of the code, just go and check in your system drive folders. It's going to create a folder. Now Java C y.java. Now see here, you are going to get any error. You will not get any error. You will not get. Then you can call Java. Suppose we are not printing anything. We are not printing. Okay. So remember one thing here. If you are using any class, if that class is located in a different package, I mean, not in the same folder, in a different folder, then we had to add what? Import statement we had to specify here. We had to specify the import statement we had to specify. And we had to specify to the Java file location where the Java file is located. Okay, so got it right? So if you want, you can take a snapshot of this one. Just we get a class called X. Even if you want, you can keep this main method. Otherwise, it's not required. So our requirement is to understand the package concept and what is the need of import statement. Here you can take a snapshot. You can take. This is a class called X. We specified a package we specified. So while you are compiling the program, be clear. It should be Java C -D dot space the class name dot Java. Okay. There's another class called y.java. If you are using any class, which is located in a different package, we had to specify the Java file location to the Java compiler by using a statement called what? Import statement will specify. Okay. So be clear with this one. I think you are noting, right? Parallelly you are taking that notes you are taking, right? So I need to wait after this. Yeah, parallelly you are taking. Good. Now see here, in Java, there are more than 14 plus packages are there. In Java, by default, there are 14 plus packages are available. Recently, they introduced one more package. They introduced recently from Java 8 version onwards. They released one more package they introduced. That's why I mentioned here 14 plus. Maybe if you are not updated your Java SDK, Java JDK software, you are going to get only 14 packages. If you updated your JDK software, you are going to get one more new package you are going to get. No, even if you import also, even if you write the import statement also, if the class is not public, then you cannot access. So we mentioned, right? We mentioned the class we mentioned as public, we mentioned. The class is not public, even if you write the import statement also, you cannot access that one. The class can be accessed in other packages using a term called other packages, meaning in other folders. Only if the class is public, then only you can access. The class is not public, we cannot access. We cannot access in other folders, you cannot access. So clear? Okay. In Java, by default, there are 14 plus packages are available. If you want to know these 14 plus packages, just go to Java folder, the installation location, where the Java is installed in your system, program files, Java software, JDK 121 is the latest one. You will find a folder called SRC. Open this SRC folder, SRC Java. You see Java C here, applet, AWT, beans, IO, lang, math, net, NIO, Neo, RMI, security, SQL, text, time, util. These are all the different packages in Java. 14 packages. Exactly, there are 14 packages are available here in Java. 14 packages, and even Java is one package. One more thing is Java X is another thing. Java X. Here you can see a lot of packages you can see here. XML tools, swings, SQL, security, script, RMI, print, like this. There are a lot of other tools also there in Java X package. Okay. And by default, there are 14 plus packages are there. By default, Java will get the classes from java.lang package. By default, Java will get the classes from java.lang package. So no need to write any import statement. So no need to write any import statement. No need to write any import statement. If we are using classes, from java.lang package. I think if you're using any classes, if you are using from lang package, then we don't need to specify the import statement is not required to specify. Automatically we'll get the Java class we'll get from the lang package. And see here, by default, Java will get the classes from lang package. So no need to write any import statement if you are using classes from the java.lang package. If you are using any classes apart from the lang package, then we had to write the import statement, Otherwise, it's no need to write the import statement. Okay. So this is about the public. If any class is declared with public, then the class can be accessed only within the package, within that same folder, and in other folders also it can access if it is public. If it is not declared as public, then it cannot access from other classes, it cannot access. Okay, so clear, right? Clear about this public, clear about what exactly the package statement is and what is this import statement. Okay, so remember this command name, how to compile the program which is declared with package. Okay, next we'll discuss after the public, what is the next one? Private. After the public, what is the next one? Private. So put a heading private. Put a heading private. Let's see what exactly private is. Let's take private is one of the access modifier. Private is one of the access modifier which is applicable for which is applicable for inner class, comma methods, and data. Meaning, what is the meaning of the statement? This private is not applicable for the main class. You cannot apply the main class declaration. You cannot apply with private. You cannot apply. Private is one of the access modifier which is applicable for what? Only for inner classes, methods, comma data and constructor. If you want, you can write here. Methods, comma data and constructor. That's it. If you want in the above program also, you can mention which is applicable for main class, inner class, method and data. Here it will not applicable to main class, inner class, methods, data and constructor. Anyway, it's not applicable for main class. It's private. What happens if any method or data is declared with private? If the method or data is, meaning if any variable or any method, if the method or data is applied with private, we can access the data and behavior. Within the class. We can access the data and methods within the class. Outside the class, we cannot access. This particular data and behavior, we cannot access from outside the class. We cannot access. Only where you can access? Within the particular class only we can access. Outside the class, we cannot access. The known thing only this one, but one important thing you have to understand here. If the constructor is applied with private, we cannot create the object for the class. We cannot create the object for the class from other classes. So here there is no any package relation here. There is no any package. If any method or variable is declared with private, that is only specific to that particular class only. Outside the class, we cannot access. One important thing in the interview also, interviewer is going to ask you what happens when you declare a constructor with private. If you apply a private modifier to a constructor, what will happen? Simply your answer is, we cannot create the object for the class from other classes. What will happen? What will happen if you specify private for a constructor? We cannot create the object for a class from other classes. Why I'm stressing this statement? Because very soon we are going to discuss a concept called singleton design pattern. There you will get a requirement of understanding this. How can we provide a restriction to our class by creating an object from other classes? Simply by creating a private constructor in the class. That's it. Let's see here what exactly this private is. It's not applicable for main class. Okay, let's see practically. Practically, we'll apply private and we'll see here whether it is accepting the private or not. We'll check that one. Okay, one more class I'm creating here called, let's say for example, sample. I create a class called what? Sample is a class. I'm creating a Java class name called sample is the class I'm creating. And for this class, I'm specifying the variable name as private is the name I'm specifying. For this class, I'm specifying the access specifier I'm specifying here as private is the access specifier I'm specifying here. Let's save the program in Java 9:30 p.m. Let's save the program with the name called sample.java. With the name called what? Sample.java. Let's save the program and compile it. Save the program and compile it. Java C sample.java. Java C what? Sample.java. See here, we got an error we got here. See what is the error? Modifier private not allowed here. Modifier private not allowed here. Meaning we cannot apply this private modifier. We cannot apply private modifier. You cannot apply for main class. You cannot apply the private modifier. It may be for inner class, meaning if we create a class inside another class, we'll see that inner classes concept later. Remember, if you create a class inside another class, is called as inner class. It is applicable for the inner classes. For methods, if you are creating any method, you can apply the private. If you are creating any variable, even for variable also, you can specify as private. So I'm creating here public void test is a method. What is the method name? Test is a method. I'm providing some body. I'm providing for this method. I'm writing here system.out.println. System.out.println. Here I'm specifying here. This is from test method. This is from what? Test method. Just assume that instead of public, I'm specifying this method as private. I'm specifying here. Instead of public, I specified this method. I specified with private. I specified this method. Private, I specified for this method. Okay. Now observe here. Let's save the program. Even if you want, you can keep this main method. If you are not executing this program, you don't require to hold this main. Okay. Let's save the program. Sample. By default, we are having a main method. There is a method called test is a method. Private void test is a method. If you want to call the test method, if you want to call this test method, we had to create the object. Sample s is equals to new sample. We had to create the object. We had to create for that particular class. We had to create the object, and we can call that s.test method. You can call s.test method. You can call. Let's save the program. I create an object for this class. I create a private method. I created private void test. With the help of object, I'm calling this method. I'm calling private method. Observe here. Java C sample.java. There is no any issues. Successfully, you'll get the output you'll get from test method. Because we get a method we created called private method, called test method. The scope is nothing but only within the class only. Outside the class, we cannot access. Let's see, assume that I'm creating one more class I'm creating. The class name is nothing but my test is a class. What is the class name? My test is a class name I specified. My test. In this my test class, I'm creating the object for this sample class. I'm creating the object. Same like how we created the object here, and we are able to call this test method, right? In a same way, from other class called my test is a class. Let's say the program. From this my test class, I'm trying to create the object for this class. Sample s is equals to new sample. Up to this one, there is no any error. If you want, you can save the program and you can compile the program. Up to this statement, you will not get any error. You will not get. We are able to create an object for this sample class. If you want, just go and compile the class. Java C sample.java and Java sample. There is no any error. Sorry, not sample. Java C. What is the class name? mytest.java. Java C mytest.java. Have we got any error here? All right, we haven't got any error. We haven't got any error here. Successfully, we got, there is no any errors. We have compiled the program. Whenever you try to access this method, see this test method we are able to access in this sample class. This test method, we are able to call this test method in the sample class, we are able to call. But I'm trying to call this method from other class, from my test class, with the help of this sample class object. I'm trying to call this method, I'm trying to call test method. Yes.test, I'm trying to call this method from other class. But now see here, you're going to get an error, you're going to get Java C mytest.java. Java C mytest.java. We got an error we got here. What is the error we got? This test. Test has private access in sample. So you cannot access the private methods or private variables. The private methods and private variables, what you created is can be accessed only within the particular class. Outside the class, we cannot access. Outside the class, we cannot access. So when we got error in this particular program, my test program, whenever you are calling this particular method, I'm commenting this one, no, it will not execute, no, it will not execute. We are trying to call a private method, we are trying to call, that's why we got the error. But you will not get any issue, you will not get any issue, you will not get when you create an object. For creating an object, there is no any problem. For calling the particular method only, we are getting a problem. For creating an object, there is no any issue here. See, successfully you are going to compile the program Java C mytest.java. There is no any issues because we are not calling the private method, right? Simply we are creating an object for the particular class and creating an object. Even I want to provide the restriction I want to provide. What is the restriction is, I don't want to create the object for this sample class from other classes. What is the restriction I want to provide is, I don't want to create an object for this class from other classes. This is a restriction I want to provide. The object can be created for this sample class only within the class. From other classes, I don't want to give an option to create an object from other classes. Then at that time, simply in this class, create a constructor with the private modifier. Simply in this class, create what? Create a constructor with the private modifier. Let's specify here private sample. That's it. That's it. I create constructor. I created. We know that if you create a block, if you create a block with the method, if you create a block with the class name, if you create with the class name, that's called as constructor. We're creating constructor. We are creating here, and this constructor we applied what? Private modifier we applied for a constructor. Now see here. Earlier we are able to create an object for this particular class. We are able to create an object from my test class. But now here, let's compile the program because we made some changes in the sample.java also. We'll recompile it, and we'll recompile this my test.java and see what will happen here. See what will happen. Java C sample.java, Java C my test.java. Now observe here, you're going to get an error. You're going to get sample s is equals to new sample. Sample has private access. Sample has what? Private access. So you cannot create the object from other classes. You cannot create the object. Earlier successfully we are able to create, but now we are not able to create the object for this sample class because the sample class is having what? It's a private constructor. It's what? It's a private constructor. So we cannot create the object from other classes. We cannot create the object. Not create the object from other classes. We cannot create the object. Okay. So this is about the public and private. What exactly we seen mainly? We seen a concept called package, which is used to avoid the naming conflicts, and how to declare the package and how to compile the program which is declared with the package concept, and what is the need of this import statement. And we've seen what exactly public and private. Okay, so enough for today, and there are two more. It's already 10:30. There are two more access specifiers are there. There are two more access specifiers. One is default is one thing. Second thing is protected. We'll take some time to discuss about that protected and default because for understanding those concepts, we require a knowledge on inheritance. We require knowledge on what? Inheritance concept we require. Okay. So in the next class, I'll explain about that remaining two access specifiers. What is what is protected and default. Let me know if you have any queries in today's class. One important thing you have to understand, what is the need of packages? What is the need of packages? If any class is declared with package, then how to compile the Java program? What is the need of import statement? What is the need of using what? The import statement. Then after that, what happens when you declare the private modifier for a constructor? We cannot create the object from other classes. You cannot create the object. Okay. Remember up to this. Let me know if you have any queries. Otherwise, we'll see in the next class. Next class on Monday I will take. Basically, weekends also I'll take a session, but this weekend I have some work. I'm traveling to my native place. Okay, so I cannot take session tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Probably in the next weekend onwards, I'll take some long sessions. I'll take. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. See you on Monday. On Monday class, we'll discuss about the remaining two modifiers. We'll discuss. Thank you. See you on Monday. Bye.